In this new class of our course on applied electronics in refrigeration and air conditioning, we are going to study the 3-wire and 4-wire single-speed alternating current fan, mostly used to cool the coil or condenser located outdoors. Let's begin by stating that the 3- and 4-wire fan with wires of the same thickness uses a constant speed AC induction motor. This means it is powered directly from the electrical mains, typically at 110 volts or 220 volts, depending on the country and the equipment design. Remember that in the description of this video, you will find the link to access our full course on applied electronics in refrigeration. Its operation is based on a rotating magnetic field that induces a current in the rotor, causing it to turn. This field is generated by the phase shift between the main and auxiliary windings. Both its startup and operation require an electrical capacitor, generally of the permanent type, which creates the necessary phase shift to generate the rotating field. Remember that in the description of this video, you will find the link to access our full course on applied electronics in refrigeration. The most common failures occur in the capacitor, the relay, and the bearings, the latter being affected by mechanical wear, lack of lubrication, or exposure to adverse environmental conditions such as dust, humidity, or corrosion. Failures may also occur in the internal windings due to overheating or voltage fluctuations. To correctly connect this 3-wire fan, it is essential to first identify which wire corresponds to the common of the motor windings. This identification can be easily carried out using a multimeter set to the resistance or ohms scale. The procedure consists in measuring the electrical resistance between each possible pair of wires, that is, performing 3 measurements in total. By comparing these values, it will be observed that one of the measurements shows the highest value. This highest value corresponds to the sum of both windings, start and run, which means that this measurement was taken between the two ends of the windings. Consequently, the wire that does not directly participate in that highest value measurement is the common wire. In other words, the common wire is the one that is part of the other 2 measurements, which show lower resistance values. This is because that point is shared by both windings of the motor, functioning as a common reference in the internal circuit of the fan. Correctly identifying this wire is key to ensuring a safe connection and proper motor operation. It is precisely this common wire that must not be connected to the capacitor and receives current directly from the mains. The other 2 wires must be connected to the capacitor. It should be noted that reversing these wires on the capacitor will change the rotation direction of the fan. In this way, the motor can be installed with the correct direction, which is important to ensure proper airflow through the condenser. The connection and main characteristics of single-speed fan motors used in single-phase air conditioners are shown. On the screen, the diagram of a 3-wire motor is presented. The 3-wire motor is single-speed, and its operation is controlled by a relay located on the electronic board. Next, the diagram of a 4-wire motor is presented, which is also single-speed and controlled by a relay on the electronic board. The cable identification process is repeated with some variations. First, using a multimeter on the ohms scale, measure all electrical resistances between pairs of wires. Second, the pair of wires with the highest electrical resistance corresponds to the wires for connecting the capacitor. Third, the pair of wires with the lowest resistance is identified as the line wire and the neutral wire. Fourth, if there is a pair of wires that shows a resistance measurement close to 0, it indicates that they come from the same point, meaning they are interchangeable wires. Fifth, the color that appears in both the highest and lowest resistance measurements is assigned as the neutral wire. In this case, the yellow wire meets this condition, therefore it will be the neutral. Sixth, with the lowest resistance measurement, the line wire can be determined. By elimination, since the neutral is the yellow wire, then the black wire will be the line. Seventh, in reality, the connections of 3- and 4-wire single-speed motors are similar, with the difference that the 4-wire motor has 2 wires that are internally connected. To diagnose this motor, consider the following recommendations. 1. With the equipment without power, check the condition of the connections to rule out loose, corroded, or disconnected connections, since these issues can cause voltage drops and improper motor operation. 2. With the equipment disconnected, manually check whether the fan shaft rotates freely to rule out shaft jamming or bearing problems. In such cases, the motor should be replaced or an attempt should be made to replace the internal bearings if the design allows. A stiff or blocked shaft can cause overcurrent and damage to the windings. Remember that the capacitor can store electrical charge even when disconnected. 3. If you still have not found the problem, check the condition of the capacitor. To do this, with the equipment without power, disconnect the capacitor. You can check it with a multimeter on the DC voltage scale, for example at 400 DC volts, placing the probes on the capacitor terminals. If voltage is present, the capacitor must be discharged, preferably using an electrical resistor to avoid sparks or damage. With a multimeter on the microfarads or capacitance scale, measure the capacitance of the capacitor and verify if it matches the value indicated on its label. A significant deviation, generally greater than plus or minus 10%, indicates that the capacitor is defective and must be replaced. If you do not have a capacitance meter, you should test with another capacitor of the same characteristics, powering it directly from the mains, and check whether the problem disappears when the equipment is energized. It is important that the test capacitor has the same microfarad value and an equal or higher voltage rating than the original. Remember that in the description of this video, you will find the link to access our full course on Applied Electronics in Refrigeration. 4. If you still have not found the problem, with the motor disconnected and a multimeter on the ohms scale, check the resistance between pairs of wires. No resistance measurement between pairs of wires should be 0 or infinity, as this would indicate a short circuit or an open circuit. The sum of resistance between two pairs of wires must be equal to that of another pair, confirming the integrity of the windings. 5. If the motor operates when energized directly, but you still have not found the problem, check the relay on the electronic board. This relay is responsible for supplying power to the common of the fan motor. If the relay does not close, there is no current flow. It is also recommended to verify that the electronic board is sending the activation signal to the relay and that there are no damaged tracks or defective components on the board. To test the relay, first identify its terminals: coil, control, and contacts, power. With the equipment without power, use a multimeter on the ohms scale to measure the resistance of the relay's coil. It should normally show an intermediate value, neither 0 nor infinity. If it shows an open circuit or short circuit, the relay is defective. If the relay activates, a click is heard, but no continuity in the contacts, it means the contacts are damaged or corroded. If it does not activate, there may be a problem with the relay's coil or the control signal coming from the electronic board, so it is also necessary to check whether the proper voltage reaches the coil when the equipment commands the fan to turn on.